I received a phone call from Paul O'Beer asking me if I would be interested in fishing with Karl Kalonka. So I knew I had to find some fish, and I spent 2 days fishing the entire lake. But it had rained and rained and rained. There was current, debris, everywhere we went. It was awful. The water was cold, it cooled the water off. It was tough to find fish. We went to the docks and nothing. We went to the dam and nothing. I had one more ace up my sleeve, and it was up a creek.
Where you think them buggers go to that warmest water, you know?
Yeah, and maybe I didn't go far enough back.
When I go to my little sloughs and stuff, that's where I do. I go to the back and work my way out. We go in this little back creek, the water's all muddy, there's branches and grass and all kinds of mess everywhere, the kind of stuff I like to fish for crappie.
There he is right there. That's what I'm talking about.
Right there. Thanks to George and the Crappie Anglers of Texas. Look at that, man. I'm telling you, this is fun, boy. Under bridges, you know, shooting docks, whatever it takes. And there it is right there. That's not a giant, but you know what? That's my first Cedar Creek crappie, black crappie, but it's the way we're catching them, hunting them down. It's extreme crappie dudes. And that one, it's got a, you know, tight little back. Do you have a size limit and stuff on this lake?
10 inches.
10 inches? Do you think he's 10?
Oh, yeah.
Okay, so he's a keeper in the box.
You bet.
In the box, and maybe later on the grill. Here we go. It's crappie.
Karl catches the fish, and we move around the corner, and he rolls another one up to the top.
Oh, I seen him. I seen him.
Wow.
I seen him.
I didn't sting him.
Then I catch two right off the bat, and I knew we were good to go.
Oh.
Oh, what a boy.
Get it in here. Get it in here. Get it in here.
Did he hit it and hit again?
Got it. It did. Come back for it.
Oh, that's George's fish. Right inside there. Looks like a little female too, doesn't it?
Good fish.
Yes.
Right out of the middle of the creek.
Yeah. This is what you got to do sometimes and put up with when you're in the jungles like this. And this is the crappie jungle. 2 bites in a row. George had one. I missed one. And when you set, unfortunately, because of where you are in the trees here like this, you're going to get wrapped up. Check your line. And we're going back crappie hunting along these little bushes, weeds, stems, anything along the shoreline for slabs. Actually, John Godwin said do this. Spit on it. Let's go. I think this is deeper. And you got him in there? Oh, yeah. Like that.
There he is.
Oh, you dropped him on the boat. Was he deep, George?
Oh, he hit it on the way down.
Oh, God. Can I put in there?
Yes.
Good sized fish, too.
The one that got away. We'll catch him on the way out.
Yeah. Sometimes you just can't cast to it, okay? So I'll pull the jig up like this. See that? The jig sitting like that. I'll pull the jig up to the rod tip eye. Find my spot I want to put it in. Way back in here. And then just drop it in and let the line go. And then I can shake it and bake it right on that little hot spot, instead of trying to cast up inside there. And then when I shake it all around like that, I'll just pull the line with my hand like that, pull the jig back up through that, pull it out, find another little hole, and drop it back in like that. Man, you want to talk about effort. These bushes and stuff, you're using 10-foot poles, so there's trees above you, branches, you name it. And those crappie, sometimes they're 3 feet from the bank, sometimes their tails are right against the bank. So we have to look for like the grass, different things like sticks, branches, and sometimes just on a little mud bank, but a little, a little ways out, a little bit of grass patch, and bang, there they were. Oh, there's one right there.
Yes,
yes sir.
It's a small one, but it's a fish.
10-incher?
He'll go 10.
Yeah, nice one, George. Want me to throw him in there? You want to throw him in?
That's what I've been waiting on, Bubba.
There were a few deeper holes in the creek, so all the fish wasn't up on the bank. We were hoping that the brush out in the middle was holding some big females. So we would punch through the mat, down close to the trees that were overhanging, and let the bait all the way to the bottom, just to ease it up a little bit, and boom, there's the fish.
There's fish.
Here goes one. Oh, there's a fish. All right, Georgie, right on on the point of it, eh?
Right on the outside.
I'm gonna drop in real quick, eh?
It's a good keeper.
Take a look at this potential. Like we're fishing just a little grass like this, little bushes, buckbrush, whatever you want to call it, overhanging stuff. But there's, from current or whatever it is, high rains, there's little trees and bushes and logs and branches, all kinds of stuff the crappie sit in. George just got that fish sitting on the outside of this little bush here. But you can see there's a log going down, you know, down to 3, 4, 5 feet of water. He was there. But if you look up the creek, you can just envision, but you don't want to get into the habit of running and gunning too quick. These bites have been either right on their nose or down there, let it sit, boom. So it's a matter of find the good stuff, dissect it, but fish it slow. Don't leave any fish. Nice and slow. Goodness, look what we have here, mama.
Oh,
Good one.
gosh. Oh. Man, how did I miss that fish? Yeah, I did say fish.
Oh my goodness, look at him. Black, beautiful crappie. Atta boy, George.
Went back and got him.
Look
Black
how,
male.
When you're fishing crappie like this time of year, you have to go to war with them. They're right off the bank, they're tight to cover, they're in little holes, they're around brush, grass, and not always are they that aggressive. They just want to move the bait out of their bed.
we're getting them in the creek, having some fun, but the sun's come back out. We are in Texas, and you know what? I wore the black this morning to attract some sun. We layered up a bit. We're gonna just, you know, take a few things off, cool down a little bit, stick around. From Cedar Creek Lake in Gun Barrel City, Texas, crappie in the creeks with the jig. We'll be right back. You put that rod in there, you gotta pull the line up, get the jig right to the tip of the rod, poke the rod into the hole, then drop, holding it, letting it fall and feather it. But the trick is, getting it in there, you feel that bite, now getting the fish out is a whole nother battle. Here's something to consider. You know, this is like jungle warfare, crappie fishing, right inside those little pockets and holes. And sometimes they're 5 feet deep, sometimes they're 8 inches deep, 10 inches deep. Having a good rod, like the B&M, the Sam Super Sensitive 10-footer, we can stay back from those fish, put the bait in those little holes, but you gotta be able to feel those little subtle bites. Some are rocking it and knocking it, some it's just mouthing. It's almost like they wanna push it away. It's still early, not spawning yet, but they're in here. They wanna eat, but you gotta have the right rod, the right reel, line, hook, everything is paramount. But for me, feeling those soft, sensitive bites with the B&M poles, that's what it's all about. We're fishing this tree here, and George's got some real nice stuff, limbs going down and stuff, and I see this little pocket of shade. I reach down, put it down. As soon as I put it down, I see that big flash. Crappie, set, I can't move it. It's stuck.
This is deep.
Oh yeah, good one. Real big one.
Get it.
He's stuck. He's stuck. We have to go and get him. I see him on top of the water there.
You got him?
So I run to the back of the boat, jump to the bank. We got to get the fish.
See where he is, George? A real good one. Hope he didn't come off. I don't think he did. No, he's still pulling. He's there. Reaches down, finds the crappie, catches the crappie. Now this, oh yeah, he's still there. I feel him pulling his head. Now, what do you think of that? Crappie fishing. Is that a
Got
dream or what? Like seriously, look dude, look how far back he was. You know the bite was like this, look, boom. I'm thinking, that is a fish, but I couldn't sit in there.
And luckily get my hands on the fish and bring the fish out. And then I take it back, give it to Karl, and I'm lucky I didn't get wet.
Two-man effort catching crappie on Cedar Creek Lake in Texas. Look how black he was hiding. See that back there, that little hole in there? I dared to put that jig back in there, and you were there. You're gonna go in the live well, make some nice pictures. Oh, that was fun. Now that was effort. Hey George?
Good job.
Thanks, buddy. Let me tell you something, dude. If I watched it on TV, I would say, wow, did you see that show? It was all live, man. The guy had to go on the shore and get it. Oh, man, that's fun. Now, there's a new thing, hand grabbing for crappie. Look at the stuff we're fishing. You know, it's just a little bank, and you think mud, clay, etc. But they're making like nests, looking for spots. There's brush, grass, patch of weed, logs. It doesn't matter. We're just throwing the bait in, swimming it along, almost as close to the shore you can get, where you can't see your jig. That's the key here. Can't see your jig. And those crappie, whew, either they're eating it, missing it, shooing it away, whatever you're gonna call it. So we're just finding all this kind of stuff, dropping it in, shaking it, and swimming it a bit.
Fish. Yep.
Good one too.
Oh, no, 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 no.
Oh no! That one was meant for the boat, dude. Hey? George, dude, that was another fish made for TV, buddy. Huh?
In and out of the trolling motor.
Yeah. Look at that thick back on him. Show him the back. Look at the hole where the hook was too. That's where they come off when they're thrashing around. That's a beautiful fish, buddy.
Yep.
Beautiful fish. We'll box her up. We're doing pretty good here, man.
Good.
This has been awesome, I tell you. You know what? We're almost done our day. But coming to Gun Barrel City, Cedar Creek Lake, and George's out there for a few days, but the heavy rains, big winds, and he said, we're gonna find a way, some way to catch crappie. And he suggested there's canals and little arms and stuff and go up and jig. The heavy stuff, hey, I was in big time, man. This is the kind of stuff I love. It's like, you know, hand-to-hand combat, one-to-one with the crappie. You lose a few, you catch a few, but that's what it's all about. You wanna have some fun in Texas, where everything is big? Cedar Creek Lake and Gun Barrel City. Let's keep going. Now this is fun. Catching them, missing them, because you look at it and think, oh, come on, those guys are missing a few fish and stuff too, but I tell you, it is not easy. But is it fun? You bet. Catching them real close to you, 10 feet away, sitting in brush that you can't see them. You're putting the bait down there, you're shaking it, and all of a sudden, boom, there's a crappie.
Oh, I seen that bite. Good fish. Good fish.
Crappie. I let him take it for an extra second, George. Look where he's got it too. Look at that. Right through that top lip, boy. There's no way anybody's gonna miss that bite. It's like, boom. Look where he got it too. Now as for the baits, 1/8 ounce little ball jig head and little chartreuse and black tube jig. Thread it up, and you know, it's got a gap. Is very important, because if you have too much gap here and too much bite, you can see what we're fishing. It's really heavy stuff, and it's brush and grass and stuff that you're always gonna get hooked up and get frustrated. You find the perfect matchup that is just almost in line with the tube. You got a nice little bite there for those bigger size fish to get inside the meat, but the black and chartreuse with the pink head, you know, it's had some floods and rains and things like that, so the creek is a little bit off color. That's the ticket today. There he is. Look at that. There he is.
In the boat.
Buddy, you can't, that is amazing, man. Huh? How many times did he hit it?
Look at the colors.
Yeah.
He hit it 3 times.
Beautiful. Wow. Look at it again, hey?
Mm-hmm.
Where he was.
Right on the thin side.
Wow. 10-incher?
You bet.
All things considered, we found some good fish, and it was a great time.
Man, did I have fun. So I got a big thanks to the Crappie Anglers of Texas, J. Don Reeve, George, you know, the Economic Development of Gun Barrel City. Thank you all, because you really came through.